I want to thank each and every person who has attended this rally. I might not be able to mention you by name, but please, from the bottomest part of my heart, from the representative capacity of the citizens movement on behalf of the citizens champion, His Excellency Advocate Nelson Chamisa, we thank you, we salute you for the collective effort that you have done. Kuda, Jessica, everyone, the co-host, Chambi, I hear your points. We thank you, you guys. Without these different citizens, I might go on and on about individual efforts that are being done by people in this very platform. Look at, talk about people like Gerard who are in the media space promoting the agenda of the citizens. But this is not a party affair. This has gone beyond the political party. That's why we've said let's go to the movement platform, because the movement can bring change. Political parties are narrow. Political party thinks about extraction. Political party thinks about selfish interest. Political party thinks about power. For us, it's not about power. Look, I can be relegated by the citizens back into the terrace as a supporter of this movement. I'll be glad. We have done this. We supported Morgan Tsvangirai without any positions. We're given and promoted by Dr. Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, may his soul rest in power, as young student leaders. But we were supporting the movement without any particular positions. That for us is the orientation. That for us is the definition of the leadership that we expect. Those who understand the mission, those who understand the vision, those who understand the collective aspirations of the people. We might not have the collective answers around what must be done. But the reason why we have brought the citizen at the center is because it is out of these difficult discourses, uncomfortable conversations that were able to build a strategic intervention on how to dislodge one of the most brutal and world-old regimes in Africa. It is out of the dear messages that we receive from the people. It is out of the tweets that we receive. Look, and I can say this as I conclude. We read all the tweets. We might not give a comment to some. We might not like. We might not retweet. But I can assure you, every criticism I discuss with my boss, Advocate Mahere, almost every 5 minutes or so. Look, boss, this is the concern from and so and so. They're saying when you go to Bulawayo, be conscious of the language. This is so and so in Chipinge. They're saying you guys must come to Chipinge because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. And we're able to influence the party's policy positions on conversations that we get from these platforms, uncomfortable phone calls that we receive from ordinary people, uncomfortable messages that we receive on Facebook and Instagram and other social media platforms. So we value this. That's why when Kuda says, look, comrade, come to the space, I had no second thoughts about engagement. Was I learned from it. That's why when I'm on Twitter space, I'm holding a pen and a paper. I suppose I have to learn something, and it is out of that particular conversation, comfortable or otherwise, that will make us stronger, that will make our policies stronger, that will make our decisions more powerful and are able to achieve that which has made us to meet today, which is dislodging one of the most brutal dictators in Africa. And I can tell you, the leadership collective is committed to this fight. Forget all the ZANU-PF narrative, forget the investment of the regime in Salisbury to crush this movement, to impose leaders on ourselves, to impose positions on ourselves, to impose strategic vision on ourselves. We know what we are doing. We are conscious of the interests of ordinary people. We are conscious of the strategic direction and vision that we must move on. Our job is to anchor the visionary. The people have given mandate to Advocate Nelson Chamisa. We are there to anchor him as the visionary so that he execute his task without failure. That is our job. Our job is to make sure that we provide the anchor and the support system for the project of ordinary people to reach its collective destiny as is aspired by ordinary people. So I thank you, fellow Zimbabweans. Africans who have given us solidarity, we don't take that very lightly. We thank you because every struggle is anchored and driven by people to people solidarity that is able to sustain a struggle during this difficult period. So we thank ordinary people, we thank think tanks, academics, journalists, young people, students, vendors, compatriots in diaspora, everyone for their collective support, Africans and the world at large. We thank you, we salute you for the effort. Allow me to go back to the terrace and be a listener. But I can tell you, Kuda, we thank you for the effort. Fellow citizens, as I conclude, let us put a dollar, let us put $5 for change We can only do whatever we can to make our country and movement greater again. This is a collective Af- African solidarity for the people of Zimbabwe. So we thank everyone. Let us do whatever we can. Yellow Rally in Bulawayo is going to be lit. You are going to see it for yourselves. It's standards for us. It's setting standards and showing that we're an alternative, not an opposition. We're an alternative, ready to govern with the objective to transform the country lives of the suffering masses.
I'll see you guys in Bulawayo, coming out there with the family. So it'll be good to see you guys. Thank you everybody for joining the space. Co-host Jess, thank you for co-hosting. I am now driving back to the Prazi, I'll lose connection, but Jess is gonna be on the case when you can end it whenever you want. I urge anyone who's got a Visa, Mastercard, who's got PayPal to please drop us a buck, $2, $10. If you're rich, give me $100. Doesn't matter. We promise that we're going to be 100%, responsible and accountable with your cash. Um, I am fortunate that I'm not poor, so I will not steal the money. And every time you donate, I'll make sure I donate too. It's very important, guys, that we support this movement. There is no money in the kitty. We are the revolution. We are the supporters. So please check out the link is at the top. Just as kindly pinned the top of that. Uh, Comrade Gift has agreed that he's going to keep listening whilst he's working, and he's going to take notes from your questions. So we can take a couple more questions if you guys want to keep asking the leadership questions. I know the Mayor Jacob Mapuma is listening, and I know that the other leadership members with the spokes are also listening. So please be brutal, be frank. This is the citizens movement. But thank you everyone for joining my space. I don't take it for granted that you can come and listen to a rich like me talk to a guy, but that's important that we are getting together as citizens despite our differences. So I appreciate you. Just please take over.
Thank you so much, Koda. I think we can just do up until past because I also I also just got back from work. But I think reason if you can just land your point in less than 30 seconds. So Koda, please make sure that even if you lose your connection, um you don't uh you don't close off the space.
Yeah, Roger that. No problem.
Okay, thank you so much. Reason if you can land your point in less than 30 seconds.
Thank you so much, Jess. And I would really like to appreciate the Deputy Spox for such powerful words. And I really second a lot of things that he actually said. And we are a generation that's supposed to be a selfless generation that shouldn't be about positions or anything. And if we are to go forward and we are to achieve the change agenda, then we should be prepared to work for no pay. We should be prepared to work from any angle without expecting a reward of a position, because I believe that's the reason why Africa is what it is today. That's the reason why Zimbabwe is what it is today, because of people who were given positions for the sake of getting positions, trying to enter into certain territories, but in actual fact, not really contributing much to the purpose. So yeah, I think the Matabeleland thing is it's a very sensitive one, which needs a lot of care. We really need to do better.
Yeah, thank you so much, Reason. Salani, if you can just come through.
Thank you so much. Sorry,
Sorry,
Jessica.
before you speak, I think I would like to give people at least because we've got quite a number of requests. If people can try to have 1 minute, if maximum 1 minute 30 seconds, please go ahead. Salani, please come through.
No, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Kuda. Great job, guys. Keep it up. Thank you also to our deputy spokes. It's so refreshing when you hear him talk about the things that he was talking about. I believe he has answered a lot of the questions that a lot of people have, and I want to thank him for that. I wanted to respond to the gentleman who, Jessica, you also responded to, and I think it was Reason. He mentioned something about you may not like someone, and that's happened as parts of life, like you. And when it comes to politics, it's not even about liking a person, but you have to trust. Trust is a very important commodity, especially when you're dealing with political affairs. And when trust is broken, especially it needs to be built. So there's work that needs to be done for you to rebuild the trust. I like what Kuda said when he said he's a sinner. We've all sinned, my brother, and we all fall short of the glory of God. But we are working our salvation out through action. So another thing that we need to recognize as citizens is that actions speak louder than words. Whether it's your action when it comes to money, whether it's action on the ground, whether it's action when you're tweeting, all forms of action are what are going to build up this baby of ours. And as citizens, it is a collective effort. So I just wanted to really emphasize on that. And to also say that when we look at Matabeleland, the issue that I've realized a lot of the times, you'll be shocked with the amount of talents that have been hidden, all because they were gatekeepers. People just assume that if you don't have this person, the work is not going to be done. But we need to start looking within our people, within our citizens who've got the talents, who've got the attributes, who've worked hard, but were never given the recognition because there were people who were gatekeeping and hiding, or either fighting them and stopping them from showing the great gifts that they have and what they can contribute. So that's just what I wanted to add, that a lot of the time we need to start recognizing those individuals. We need to start empowering them and allowing them to do the work that God has put in them to do, because you'll be shocked with the results. So I feel with what our spokes has said, it will definitely work. Let's band together wherever you are. And once again, thank you, Kuda, Jessica, fantastic job. Our spokes, please, thank you, thank you. Whenever you come on a space, you make me feel so at home. That's why I'm a red-blooded CCC supporter. So guys, go to the link, just as Kuda has said. We made Harare bright, brilliant. We need to see more of that, and we can only do that with your support. So thank you, guys. I'll end there.
Thank you so much, Salani. We will go to Greenleaf and then we'll go to Michael. Greenleaf, please come through.
Yes, thank you very much, Jessica, and thank you, Kuda, and thank you all the speakers that have spoken. As for me, I just want to people to understand that for us, to win an election, we don't need a certain area of the country to say, oh, we need Matabeleland South for us to be. No, we need to win an election resoundingly all over the country. Whether it's Matabeleland is what, but in Zimbabwe, we just need to win. It's obviously we are not going to win each and every seat. That's obvious. We are going to win some and lose some, but as long as we've got a good number of seats in the parliament, so that decision can be made on behalf of the citizens, that's good enough for me. So we don't need to take an individual and put in that place or him in that place so that we can win Matabeleland or whatever area it is. It doesn't work like that. We want to win elections around Zimbabwe, all over the country, not specifically Matabeleland. We want to win elections around the country. That was my point, really. We need to be united, speak together in one language and understand each other, that we need to work as a team, not as individuals, not to target certain individuals so that we can win a certain area. No, that's not very good. It doesn't take us anywhere. Anyway, we just need to be united and be one people and speak in one voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Greenleaf. Maya, please come through if you have anything you'd like to share with us.
Oh, well, I'm just, maybe I'll sound like a broken record. I'm very interested in the event in Bulawayo being big. I do understand the issues that are being discussed around certain individuals, but I will urge everybody, let's remain focused. The issue is that we need to put up a spectacle, in Bulawayo. We need to show uh, 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 we need to show what we're able to show in Harare. We need to be able to have a presence right around the country, and that is what they are trying to prevent. That's why many of these side issues are cropping up, because the state has realized that we are the real deal. We are the only option, that Nelson Chamisa is the viable alternative. So they start talking about people around him, people who should support him, etc., etc. But for now, what we are doing is we are trying to set the pace for the flag bearer. We are trying to set the pace for who is the legitimate opposition in the country, a fact that we all knew and have known for a long time. But we need to reassert it, and we need to reassert it emphatically, that we have the people, the citizens mandate all over the country. And if people are able to donate, if people are able to deal with this, we will be able to put up a very serious political force wherever we are going. As to who becomes what, it is not the time to be in discussions of that nature. We have all accepted that we are citizens, that there is no first among the equals, that we are in this together, that we are going to push each according to his ability and give to each according to his need. It sounds cliche, but it's a wise process, that everybody, according to what they can be able to do, they do it. Everybody, when we see a need, we give them according to the need that we see. And if we adopt that egalitarian approach, if we adopt that there are no ranks and that every citizen is needed to put his shoulder or her shoulder to the wheel, then we will move. There will be a time. A country is a big thing. There are so many positions in one country. There are so many areas where a person can serve the country. And we need to be able to say, if I'm serving the country as a fireman, as a policeman, as a teacher, it's all good. I get what I deserve and I give what I'm able to give. It's all good. The preoccupation with rankings sometimes takes us away from the objective. So, from this event and this event, what we are focused on is to say we have a vision to sell to the people, we have a message to give to the people, we have what we need the people to do. What we need people to do is to register to vote, participate in activities, and be able to show the dictatorship that we mean business at last. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We can have Michael to go ahead, but before Michael goes ahead, the link to the donation is pinned. I just pinned it. It is very important that you just click and put your dollar, $2, $10, and try and retweet the link. So I think that's what I wanted to get, to retweet the link. If you can copy it if you don't have the money, but you could be retweeting it to somebody who has the money. And on Kuda's page, it's the first thing that you will see if you open on the host page. Michael, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you guys online. So today I've been seeing something trending online, like people talking about Thokozani Coupe coming back, joining the CC movement, or probably turning up, for the rally. I want to emphasize, Thokozani might be popular maybe in Bulawayo, but not in Matebelele. She certainly doesn't represent me or any of my friends. And another thing, if Thokozani is going to come to the rally, please, can you not put her on the platform, because she's going to turn everything about her. The following day, there will be accusations about, oh, Thokozani is being pushed, oh, Thokozani is being looked at this way or that way. Can we please learn from the past? We are where we are today is because of Thokozani Coupe and Douglas Mondo. So please stop obsessing with Thokozani. I mean, 45,000 votes is not equivalent to 2 point something million votes. So can we please move on from Thokozani? There are some better people. I mean, the councillors, the MPs, where they are, they should be campaigning and making the CC brand famous instead of just sitting back and waiting for Shamisa or Ostallos to turn up. People should get off their butts, start campaigning, record things, put yourselves online. We're going to just expand you. Instead of saying, oh, Thokozani should come along, she has got this support. She doesn't have any support. She has support maybe in Bulawayo, that's it. Stop making her famous, she's not. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was a very passionate conversation. Danford, please come through. Danford, then Chamisa Boramberi after Danford.
Thank you very much, Jessica, for the time. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Gift, for the articulation. I think you have managed to dispel a lot of misinformation that was being peddled over the social media, and even along the way people were talking so much about it. But I want to highlight one of the issues that has been said by someone who would have said that we don't need to use our emotions when we are dealing with issues to do with the accommodating someone that we think might derail our program. But I think the deputy spokesperson has highlighted it candidly to the extent that I think there shouldn't be any more questions or worries about what is happening. When the citizens are given the platform to say out or to highlight what they want, if they say this is what we want, I don't think it is from the perspective of emotions. That's what the people would have said. So we have got to accept that. So if the citizens say so and so shouldn't be elevated or shouldn't be accommodated, that's not the leadership who said that. That's the people that would have said that, and that he has to prefer. And coming to the issue of this subject that we are talking about today, we must learn that the enemy or the regime can come in different angles. What we need to understand is the regime is so much excellent in defocusing us. We must be putting much of our energy on voter registration. We must put our energy on issues to do with the loss of lives that we are experiencing at the hands of the regime. We have got a lot of challenges within our movement. We've got so much to work on rather than some of these issues. And lastly, I think what I need also to highlight is it's important that let's put our energy on things that will make us win the election, this by-election that we are about to experience, as well as the 2023 our general election. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Chamisa Boramberi. I'm going to kindly ask people to go within under a minute, and then so that we can have everyone.
Thank you very much. I'll be quick. I think Denford did cover some of the aspects that I wanted to say. We need to focus. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Some of these are diverting techniques. Focus, focus, focus. Let's focus on the goal. Let's focus on registration. Let's focus on what SEC is doing. Let's focus on getting more people to register. And let's also look at the data from the last election. If you look at the percentages that were winning in places like even Bulawayo, in places like Harare, our percentages have gone down. We need to focus and increase those numbers. Focus, forget about those distractions. Let's focus on the main goal. Don't worry about people who want to make their names famous. Don't worry about them. Let's focus. Let's get the numbers up. Our numbers are low. Remember, it's not only about winning the election. We're not only focused on winning, but we need to win with the margins which are out, which cannot be rigged. So it has to be massive. Let's look at the recession in Harare. Let's look at recession in all the capital cities. Our numbers are very low. Let's focus on the goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chamisa Boramberi. Benito, please come through. Benito, please come through.
Yes, yes, I'm here. I want to thank you, Salani, and everyone who's here, our mayor. I'm sorry, maybe there might be a noise in the background because I'm driving. Just want to talk on two things. The first is the issue of Madam Cooper. People, they must know that when Madam Cooper left MGC Alliance, maybe to MGCT, what was the reason if she go, maybe she decided to do it alone? And if she comes back, what will be the reason? What will be the motive that will push her to come back? In politics, mostly, we don't always have we have got some people, some politicians who are just there for their own benefit, and some who are there to work for the people who voted for them. So I think and believe that we do have our leaders like the mayors there. They are going to look on it and see if Madam Coupe comes back, what is the motive? What is the reason she is coming back for? And by doing so, whatever the decision they will take after, maybe they will see that maybe she's now coming back for the purpose of the party. And maybe she's now willing to work together with other people. We don't have to judge her or to judge our leader that no, she must not be with Matabele, who can win it alone. We lost Matabele, we need it for Matabele. No. I just want to support one speaker. She said we don't have to win Matabele to win maybe against other people. We have to win Zimbabwe. So, Madam Cooper coming or not coming, the leaders are going to deal with that. Then the last issue is about the issue of our polling agent. Sources within the ZANU-PF, as you are speaking, they have got some millions and millions of dollars reserved for the polling agents, not for the polling agent for ZANU-PF. Those who are going to work for CC, because as it now, ZANU-PF insiders, they've admitted that they are going to lose 2023 election. So they are working on two fronts. The first front is how are they going to persuade the agents that will be standing for CC, so that they can maybe buy them. But on that issue, I am raising this issue because we have to know how are we going to prevent our vote. We have to go the Zambian way, that the people must not leave the polling stations after voting, because it's not only the polling agents who must protect their vote. Then lastly, the other issue, the other front they are working on, according to sources coming from ZANU-PF, is the issue of this Mangudya and Mtuli. We've already gazetted over millions of dollars to the army generals. If anything goes wrong, we know Chamisa is going to win, but we don't want to hear anything from the army generals who is saying they are going to support Chamisa because he is the legitimate leader. So on that front, I don't know how our leaders are going to work. Should our election run by United Nations or not? I'm sorry, this is my last point. Sorry, that is the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing I was made. The only two things that I was to talk about. This is the sources that are coming straight from deep intelligence from ZANU-PF. I thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Pakuru, please come through, and then Alfonso, if you can do in less than a minute.
Oh, good evening, citizens. Good evening, citizens. Yeah, I'm gonna be quick. I think I would want to respond to our brother James. Yeah, I think it was James who was saying that we need to be objective regarding the issue of Thokozani. You know, we cannot be objective. We are emotional because we lost everything. We were left with nothing. You know, everything was taken from us. The reason why we are here discussing this matter at this time, it's because everything was taken from us. So we are so emotional about it. We cannot afford to allow Thokozani to come back and probably to get a leadership position. I kid you not, if we allow that, the party is going to split again, because Shirinemu Bulawayo haimbofa yakaurega, you know. So I think the citizens have spoken. We do not allow, we do not want to see that, because once akangobvumirwa chete, she's going to come back. And to the last speaker that spoke, I think a few minutes ago, my brother, the issue yekuti, yes, ZANU-PF is going to lose in as much as they are going they're going to try to say where to rig or what, but then look out to SADC, my regional dynamics, my politics ziriko. South Africa this time around won't allow it, because they had enough of immigration issues dzirikuitika kuno kumazimbabwe and Rwandis. Zambia will not fold their hands watching the elections in Zimbabwe being rigged. Malawi, our friend Chakwera, I'm not sure about him, but he's gonna make noise, because I think he's part of us, you know. So those are my two contributions for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pakuru. May we please have Alfonso?
Thank you very much. I think the Chokozani Coupe has been exhausted. Another wrong precedent, which was set by the CCC, I mean, was having people like Tenengam. I think they are now adopting the ZANU-PF strategy of Chabundo. We are very worried when you give those people like Tenengam to endorse Chamisa. Chamisa does not need those people. Please, the rallies we have done so far, it's a clear indication that the real opposition one, including the ZANU-PF defectors, to come in solidarity. It's a citizens thing. They don't need to be given a podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alfonso. Yellow Tides, if you can go in under a minute, and then Nico Chita.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Hi, everybody. And thank you for the cause and the mileage of the way we're going anyway. I just wanted to say something on Thokozani Coupe. Thokozani Coupe is not the only Ndebele person in Matebele land. I'm sure we've got younger people, vibrant people who can do wonders for us in Matebele land. Let's not be swayed and be made to think that she's a very important person. She's not. She's just a gold digger in the pit.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Nico, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm based in the UK. I wanted to ask, probably this has been covered already, but I wanted to ask, what are the policies of CCC and where can I find them? So I need to know policies on healthcare, on police, on security, because I think voters cannot be finagled into voting for CCC only because of passion. For me, if you say ZANU-PF must go, that's not a policy. I need to know what are the policy items that CCC is presenting and where can I find them? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Nico. Unfortunately, the spokes has already dropped off. However, I will try and put in summary of what I have heard him say. So at the moment, they said they are going to release the roadmap, right? And that it requires a consultative process. And obviously, because it is a new party, that means a constitution. I'm sure if you know like other constitutions prior, or from other parties, it's a lot that is in there, and it obviously has to make a significance. It has to have a significance to the movement, right? So it's not like a copy and paste. So I think he mentioned that they will release that roadmap, where you will find everything from the policies you're looking for, economic recovery, how members are treated, how people are going to elect leaders. So at this particular point, I think it's safe to say let's just wait upon the CCC, and I'm sure once that is out, please feel free to read through it, and obviously, there will be points of discussion within that. So at this point, I'm going to ask Munya. Munya, please go ahead. Munya will be our last speaker, and then we'll try and close off with the mayor. Munya, please go ahead. Munya, can you hear us?
Oh yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. I can hear you. No, I just wanted to.
Yes, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
thanks, Jessica. Thanks, Kuda. I just wanted to say, good. Is it such really a big thing? I know, Madam Coupe, wakatazungumza singafana people. But what if maybe she's just an ordinary member, and then who can maybe push voter registration in our numbers, campaign, but as just an ordinary card-carrying member. Because remember, every vote counts, guys. Whether it one or whether it two, we need to win by a bigger margin. That tikashandisa ma-huge figures, ma-huge numbers, zvinokwanisa kuti haizokwanisi kuriga. And then the second thing that I wanted to raise is this coming weekend we are hosting a rally, Kuskais, and then I have seen ZANU-PF is holding a rally in Cholocho the same day. Wouldn't us be affected? The police again will try and ban our rally in favor. We need to send Mapurisa Kucholocho and stuff like that. And also I've seen Ngonzora arikuita rally yake Muswe Sunday the following day. So it will be really a test of character to see what numbers is he gonna pull, because it's gonna be at the same venue just like us. So yeah, just, and those another go to thanks, Jesse. Thanks for that.
Thank you very much, Munya. Nuka, please go ahead.
Yeah, Antumborina kana much. It's just something that I just needed to draw you guys back. Listen, when Bob during 20 elections, Bob said he's supporting Chamisa when we went to elections. Elections came and passed by. What was Jonathan Moyo's next cry on about Chamisa's 2018 votes? It was because his message is, I am the one who added to those votes. And here we are again with Madam Coupe. Listen, Coupe, we are tired of Coupe. We are tired of Coupe. She went, she left. Chamisa during the elections begged and begged and begged and begged until she formed her own party. Please, let's stay away from Coupe. She's not the only Matabeleran leader out there. Lathi siyakhuluma futhi ngeke ngiyavotele komatebelele ngale sengiziya khona ngale ngisiyadinga lami isikhundla khona ngale. Thank you.
Siyabonga, Nuka. So before the mayor comes through, there's somebody who said something quite touching for me in the DM. They said that they would have preferred for the vice president, when he was tweeting, to first pass the condolences. And I think another lady said this on the timeline, to first pass the condolences of the Mboneni, the gentleman who passed away, Kukwekwe, and said that put him off completely, and is also from Matabeleland, and saying, and it was quite a long message, and he was just expressing how much it would have meant to people than to talk more about leadership and who he wants in and wants out. But he never mentioned anything about Kwekwe or about Gokwe or about things that are actually very important or that are at the center of the citizens. So I think I can relate to those sentiments, that if you're somebody who has a position and you just go on to talk about something else, and you don't necessarily, everyone is speaking about the guy who passed away, and you don't come through and speak about that, it sort of like then makes people have cold feet. And then maybe what I just want to say, me as Jessica, is that Triple C is is a new party, right? And as it is a new party, we don't have the cultures of the MDC alliance or of the MDC, right? And it has a founding president, and that everyone is an interim, right? In as much as we have all these things that Ostallos calls black market noise, in as much as we have all of this, let's just all remember that Triple C is actually looking at citizens, right? And if Matabeleland people come through and say they want a specific candidate, then that should be it. Also, the second thing I want to say is that people from Matabeleland, if you are in this space, or if people in this space ever speak to anyone they know from Matabeleland, please rise up. Do not wait for somebody to come and endorse you, right? So 2 years ago, nobody knew a Jessica. Maybe 10 years ago, no one knew a Jacob Mafome. Maybe 15 years ago, nobody knew a Koda, right? You make your own impact in the smallest way you can. You don't go around looking for likes or whatever, but if you feel that there is lack of leadership in a specific area, whether could cancel even without leading right in the front or in the forefront, but there is one way or the other you can make significant impact. And this I always try to say to every single person in spaces. Don't wait for you to be endorsed. Don't wait for you to say, there's no one in my Tebeleland. Ah, what about you? What are you doing? You know? So there seems to be a lot of issues regarding that. Maybe Malkupe is not the only person in my Tebeleland. But the truth is that if not Malkupe, then who? Give me 5 names of the people that you'll say, if not Malkupe, then who? So she keeps out like a sore thumb because people in the region, in that specific region, are not coming up to stand up on their feet and say, no, Malkupe, we can challenge you, we can do a better job, right? So it will seem like maybe there is a bit of overpowering from other regions, but in any case, Malkupe will keep prevailing and will keep being that sore thumb because no one is standing up. The youth need to stand up and they need to take these positions. The youth, like Ostallos, he's from that region, but we need more of those people from all the regions, from Binga, from Tare, from Asingo, from Harare, from Weda. We need everyone from all corners of the country so that no region feels overpowered. So you need to step up. That would be my conclusion. You need to step up. If you want better, be the change you want to see. Don't say, oh, CCC is not doing better, because if you're going to wait for CCC to do better, it's not going to be better if you're not making it any better. Whatever political party you're saying will do better or will not do better will not actually do better, because you're just sitting and you're waiting for other people to do the work for you. Nobody, if you're looking for a perfect party, you won't find it. Be the change you want to see. So Mayor, please come through. You'll be our last speaker. I just thought I would give those words of encouragement so that people actually realize that they need to stand up and not sit and be spectators. Too much spectators, too much people that want to referee, too much people that are sitting kuma terrace but doing absolutely nothing. Be the change you want to see. Thank you so much. Mayor, please go ahead.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for sharing the platform with us. And it's always a pleasure sharing a platform with you. You bring the same passion that you brought in Gokwe when you were running around. It's the same passion you are bringing when you are speaking. So good to keep the same standard of passion. I say, look, let's make the rally a success. Who is at the rally? Who is not at the rally? It's a question of who wants to be. Every citizen is invited. Every citizen can come. All corners, the police will be there. Everyone will be there. This rally has been given permission by the police. We obtained it. We've put it in social media. So there are no rules that have changed around this rally. This is a big city. We have support in the big cities. It won't happen like the other cities where they are smaller and the ZANU-PF thing contingents have got a bit of intimidation that they can give. The people of the city of Queens will not be intimidated. They support us, have supported since 2000, and they will be there. And we just pray for Solomonic wisdom for our leaders. We understand that it's not easy being Nelson Chamisa at this point. The Bible has got many stories that deal with situations like this. They have a situation where people were crying about whose baby is this, and Solomonic wisdom dictated that if you brought out a knife, the one who cried not to kill was probably the mother of the child. The stories of the prodigal son, and so forth. It's a difficult environment as it is for women. There are very few women. It's easy for their mistakes to be more amplified than the mistakes of the men. It's easy for them to be vilified more than men. I carry no water for anyone at this point. But what I would want to say that this is a very difficult space, politics in Africa, in Zimbabwe in general, for women. And sometimes when they are strong, they cut across a stereotype. It becomes easier to be more hateful of them, to be more harsh when they make mistakes, to be more rejectful if they attempt to do this or that. Generally, if you look at our leadership, look at the tents where people sit, you will find that there are so many men there. It's probably some of the reasons is that it's harsh. Some of these men might have committed more mistakes than these women. We've got people who committed genocide, who have been welcomed. They are running the country. People who have killed, blood dripping. They've tried to exterminate a whole people. But they are presidents. People will happily sit with them. People will happily talk to them, preach tolerance and so forth. So I think we at this juncture pray for Solomonic wisdom for our leaders, that in the infinite wisdom of the Lord, they might find the right answers. The Zimbabwe situation is a situation that is peculiar, that is dangerous at times. And indeed, we are mourning one of our first victims, as it is. They are trying to grab his funeral, they've grabbed the coffin, they are grabbing his relatives, they are trying to even intimidate and persecute him when he is dead. And that is how severe this regime is. And that is how severe the fight we have to carry out is. They have no problems taking money from us. They have no problems taking even our deceased from us. Whilst we are in the middle of mourning, they will come and say, this person belonged to us. They will take a funeral. How callous can a people be? How callous can a dictatorship be that it can and will attack a funeral without any moral compass whatsoever? So we in the opposition need to be different, to exercise a bit more caution, a bit more strength, a bit more perception. And I do hope that whatever we do, we will find it. We will find an answer. The people, the citizens, as we always, the president says, if we move with the citizens, we get advice from the citizens, we will find the answer. And together we will bring a prosperous and a human rights-based Zimbabwe. So I would urge those who are here, those who are listening, please donate. We need these resources. We need to make this event a success. We need to be there. We need to make it colorful. We turn it yellow. Yellow is a beautiful color. We turned Gokwe yellow. We turned Kwekwe yellow. We turned Harare yellow. We're going to take Bulawayo yellow. We're going to turn Gweru yellow and Mutare yellow. But to do that, every little that you give us is appreciated. And you can see what we have done. We are like the proverbial David. You are putting little stones in our sling. A machinery that uses 100,000 per every rally is defeated by a machinery that uses 10,000 pounds given by the citizens. That is the power of the Lord. That is the power of contribution. That is the power of consistency, and that is the power of the citizens. So we pray that the Lord gives from where you have taken, and I conclude with the standing ovation from Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And thank you so much for acknowledging that I have the same passion. And maybe to also just reassure everyone, no, ground is strong. The ground, no, don't, let's not fool each other. I think on Saturday, when I tweeted, I said, I never ever want to hear ever again
Dear viewers and listeners, it seems the Twitter space just ended abruptly, but Jessica was just wrapping up anyway, so I don't think it's going to be relaunched. Thank you for joining us for these Twitter spaces. We would like to wish you a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, day, night, depending on where you are across the globe. Stay safe. Remember, register to vote and prepare to vote and defend your vote. This is Change Radio signing out. Bye bye.